Few families emerge from divorce unscathed. Part of the problem, according to our guests, is that family court has turned into a billion-dollar industry presided over by biased judges, greedy lawyers, and pseudo-experts. That's the focus of a new documentary called Divorce Corp. Take a look.
This is a business.
The more you charge, the more people are willing to pay.
They didn't give me a lawyer.
Pay this $11,000 or go to jail. It really got to the end of the line for me.
I said to the litigants, I want you to know, after 2 hours, we will have spent more than most people in this courthouse make in a year.
I'm joined by Joe Sorge, co-writer and director of the film, and David Peters, a marriage and family therapist. Gentlemen, welcome. Joe, let's start with you. Most people come out of family court feeling emotionally devastated, ripped off, and having a sense that justice wasn't quite done in their cases. What is the state of family court?
Well, unfortunately, the state of family court is dysfunctional. Most people who are involved in the system, including the judges and the lawyers, don't think it's working. They think it's broken. And the problem is it's an adversarial system. It's like the old gladiator system where two people are put into an arena and they're told to fight. And then the judge is like Caesar with thumbs up or thumbs down. You either win or lose, and that's a terrible dynamic for the split up of a family. There's so many important issues when a family is dissipating that need to be worked out. There needs to be cooperation. If there's children involved, they need to be taken to school, clothing. There's so many things that require the cooperation of the parents, and yet family court does nothing more than cause these people to end up in an acrimonious battle to try to win something, to try to impress the judge that they are the better parent, because then they'll get more child support if they get more time with the children, or they get control of the children or control of the house. It's really a terrible dynamic.
David, what kind of psychological toll does this process that Joe just outlined take on the children and on the parents?
This can be devastating. We're not talking about frustration or the high cost of a divorce. We're talking about ripping apart people's minds and hearts. We're talking about devastating children for years to come. The experience of an ugly divorce can be far worse than the experience of a bad marriage. The devastation can last decades afterward, with pain and loss and real trauma to the children, and certainly trauma to the parents, who sometimes lose their child when they're the innocent parent.
Joe, I can hear judges and lawyers saying, look, the acrimony begins with the couples. They're the ones who are getting the divorce. They're the ones who are ending up here with their own issues, their own problems. When it spills over into the legal arena, this is what you get. Yeah. What's your response?
Well, my response is that, criminal court is bad people on their best behavior, and family court is good people on their worst behavior. And the problem is not with the judges as human beings, or the lawyers as human beings, or the litigants as human beings. It's the system. The system drives them to behave badly.
But what specifically with the system?
Well, there's too much money involved. If you win or lose, there's huge amounts. You could end up bankrupt. Divorce is the third leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States, and it's one of the top causes of home foreclosure. You can lose your children. You could lose control over where your children go to school or what they wear. So many things can change your life dramatically as a result of family court, and there's only one individual in that courtroom, the judge, who's determining the fate of your life. There's no jury. Family court, they don't allow you a jury. They don't give you a lawyer if you can't afford one. You don't have a right to a speedy trial. Divorces can take 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. You don't have the right to a transcript. Appeals are almost worthless in family court. And so, people feel like they're just not getting anything that resembles justice.
David, how should the system be reformed?
Well, the system, honestly, when you look at this film, which is a horror story, you're going to see that it's going to take tremendous political will of a lot of people pushing legislators to make change. In the short run, all I can do as a therapist is encourage people to stay out of divorce court. There are mediation services that they can use. The National Conflict Resolution Center is one in San Diego that's excellent, but there are others also. And you can use what's called a collaborative divorce group, where you get a lawyer on your side and their side, counselors and a financial analyst, who work as a team to minimize the damage, minimize the acrimony, and work toward a real fair solution without a court battle where you're risking having your case being put in the hands of lawyers and judges who you don't know who's got a hand in whose pocket. You don't know who's giving campaign contributions to the judge.
And we've got to close it there. David Peters, Joe Sorge, thanks for coming on the program.
You're welcome.
Good to be with you.